All right, guys, I'm standing here with Tucker from Titan Homes. He's the superintendent on this incredible Salmon Falls project. We've been building this for a handful of months now, and it's really starting to look like something. But we were just walking together to talk about the features in the house, and it was brought to my attention that every single component of this house is from scratch. And Tucker, maybe you could talk a little bit more about that, but I know we bought this lot and then had an architect design this floor plan. So you'll see a lot of builders alter floor plans that exist within their company and make them slightly different. This one is literally from scratch.
Yeah, it's completely from scratch. It's a good size lot, but it's an interesting shape with the way that the house faces the lake here and the beach. So we really wanted to maximize all the views coming towards the beach. And working with our architect, we're able to come up with a really great solution for that. This house has never been built before. There's a lot of things that had to be figured out on the fly, almost a design build custom, meaning that as we were building it, we had to figure out how to get it to the point of where we wanted it. That's a challenge of a custom. And our team at Titan is excellent at seeing all the way to the finish line and figuring out how we need to execute and what we need to execute in order to bring the best product we can.
Yeah, and I think it's worth noting, Tucker, that this house is the perfect example of Titan Homes building a home that is not your neighbor's house. Why don't we go inside and show them some of the systems upgrades before with the walls go up, so people can see that it's not just like finish grade from Titan Homes, it's like systemic upgrades at a massive level.
Let's do it.
All right, Tucker. So I know Titan Homes thinks about the way the house is going to use energy in a very smart way. So tell me a little bit about this setup here, because I noticed that actually the main for the for the power is right over here. So what's up with these sub panels?
Yeah, so these are remote panels. Typically, the electrical panels are going to be at the meter base, which is up in front of the garage. So we have sub panels up there with service wire that bring all of the 400 amp service that we're bringing to this house remotely to a shared wall on the main house.
And that's what those feeders are up in the.
Yeah,
In the
those
okay,
giant wires.
got it.
So we do that because there's a big house. Electricity is becoming more and more used. There's a lot of electrical in this house already. But if you ever want to upgrade, add a hot tub or anything, it makes it very simple versus having to go up into the attic of the RV garage,
Got it.
cut patch holes, and things like that.
So not only is this a 400 amp service, which is probably twice as much as this home will need, you've brought it across the ceiling so that if an electrician needs to add a circuit here, he doesn't have to do what you guys already did,
Yes.
which is try to get across this crazy space.
Yeah.
Smart,
Makes
smart.
it a lot easier for sure.
Yeah, and I noticed the hose bib over here. Tell me a little bit about that. That's cold and hot?
Yeah, so we have a hot cold hose bib. We do this in this line of homes. So if you have an RV or toys or want to wash your car, you have hot water like you would have inside your house.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. What else in here was worth talking about, Tucker?
So this RV garage actually has a rear overhead door, so that if you need to bring a lawnmower out or any kind of toys out down to the beach, you can pull it directly from the garage and go out the back. And that will actually go straight up versus a typical garage door, which will have that arch track.
Okay.
That way you get the full depth use of the RV.
Nice.
Garage.
How deep is this garage?
I think 45 feet.
45 feet. That's huge.
Yeah, big RV garage.
Yeah, and earlier I was noticing this blue box in the ceiling here. Tell me what that is, because that was an interesting conversation.
Yeah, so this has been standard in Washington for a while. That's where our headquarters is. That's where we build a lot of homes. That's for a heat detector. So it's not code yet, but it's becoming code. So we're kind of getting ahead of the curve on that. It works like a smoke detector, but you can't put a smoke detector in a garage because it would go off every time you turn on your car. So it works the same way. It's connected with all the smoke detectors in the house. So if it detects an abnormal amount of heat, it will send a signal to the rest and alarm you if something's wrong.
Very cool.
So a good little safety feature there.
Yeah, and I noticed the same thing. You mentioned this was also something you're already doing in Washington, electric furnaces here. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so in Washington, they're fully electric over there. That's kind of what their code is dictated, their energy code. So this house has got 3 systems, one for the downstairs, one for the upstairs, and the primary suite. Um, so these two, so you have upstairs and downstairs over here. Um, we went fully electric. We're comfortable with it. It's not seen as much around here. People are used to gas, but in Idaho, our power is cheap. It's very, very affordable. There's actually less parts on these that can go wrong versus a gas. There's a lot more parts that can fail on a gas furnace. So they're very, very efficient. They're all run with heat pumps. Um, and uh, they're just great systems. Yeah.
Simpler to fix, simpler to maintain.
Yeah, simpler to fix, simpler to maintain.
And you said 3 systems, so not 3 zones. You have 3 separate furnaces here to service upstairs, downstairs, and then the master suite has its own.
Yes.
That's super cool.
Yeah, we do that for comfort, and there's a lot of height variation in this house, so it allows us to make sure that there's not any pinch points of trying to force air all the way from over here to the primary suite, which is a good little jog from where we're standing now.
That's good thinking. Yeah, I live in a 3,600 square foot house and we have 2 furnaces and we couldn't do it without it.
Yeah.
But you mentioned that you guys are thinking about hot water the same way. Where are the hot water heaters in this garage?
Yeah, so we're going to have 2 50-gallon hot water heaters over here. And then this will have a recirculating pump on it as well. So all your hot water lines are going to have hot water in them consistently. That way, when you turn on a faucet, you don't have to wait for the water to get warm.
So tell me about that recirculating pump. What does that do?
So what it does is a little electric pump that will plug in here above the hot water tanks, and it's going to there's a at the far end of the house they run like another feeder line across the house that sends that hot water to the far end, and then it can come back to the hot water. So it just keeps that hot water circulating. To make sure that there's always hot water available.
So sort of like instant hot without needing the electricity.
Yeah, and those pumps don't use hardly any electricity either.
Cool. So not only are there 2 water heaters here because it's a big house. I mean, we're at like 4,200 square feet.
Yeah.
You've got 2 massive water heaters and a circulation pump to make sure the far end of the house stays hot.
Yeah, because in my personal house, I live in a 2,100 square foot house. I can turn on my sink in my bathroom that's farthest away from my hot water heater, and it will take 2 minutes for that to get hot.
Totally.
So you waste a lot of water. You're always washing your hands in cold water. No one likes that.
Super cool.
So we're really thinking ahead. We also got a softener loop, per typical. You know, if someone wants to add a softener, we do have some minerals in our water here. Everything's going to be pre-plumbed. So if you want to add it, it's super simple. Don't have to open up anything else.
Super cool. Thanks, Tucker. Let's move to another room in the house. All right, Tucker, here we are in the kitchen. I think one of the things that stands out for me in the kitchen is how smart the layout is. I mean, obviously it's packed full of features, but let's start by talking about like, where are the appliances and, you know, what's special about the way you guys laid this kitchen out?
Yeah, for sure. So this kitchen has a ton of features, but it's also going to be very elegant. The theme that we're going for on this house is modern French chateau. That's why you're seeing a lot of arches. This kitchen is going to have a European-ish vibe. So it's going to have a nod to that, but it's not going to go over on the modern. Right where you're standing, we're going to have a seating island, purely just for seating.
Is that box on the floor there?
Yep, this box on the floor, pretty much exactly the size and the layout of how that's going to look.
So you say a seating island. Is there more than one island?
Yes. So there's this island, and then we have a prep island right here.
Oh, cool. Is that plumbing for a sink?
Yep. So we're going to have a prep sink here, little drawer microwave. You'll be able to go from the stove, the cooktop is going to be right here, right to the prep sink. So you don't have to go all the way, the extra steps over to the other sink.
Because that's where the main sink is?
Yeah. So this is the main sink.
Cool.
Under a
window. That's a beautiful window too.
It is a beautiful window. We've got 2 dishwashers on each side.
Dude,
this is
ambidextrous.
Yeah.
For the lefties out there.
For the lefties out there. You could have massive parties and be able to do all the dishes right away.
Super cool. Actually, the dishwasher will do them for you.
Yes, exactly.
That's super cool. And then that range looks bananas. Is that 48 inches?
It's a 48-inch, 6-burner range. It's going to have an oven in it as well that runs off electricity. And above that, we'll have a 48-inch custom hood that will match the same wood and feel of the cabinets.
Yeah, and I'm noticing some plumbing. Is that a pot filler?
Yeah, so we have a pot filler above it. So if you're a big pasta eater, you can have instant hot water. This is tied into the recirculating pump. So you see this red line here.
So that's hot water.
That's hot water.
So you've got a hot water pot filler on the stove. I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, so it does have to work for you because you're not having to
hot.
heat up cold water.
And you mentioned no gas for the furnace. It looks like you do have a gas range. Is it dual fuel?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a dual fuel, so it's gas. We like electricity for the HVAC systems because they're very efficient, less to go wrong with them. But everyone loves to cook on a gas range.
Absolutely. And so the oven will be electric and the top will be a gas range.
Correct. Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah.
And the cabinets to the either side?
Cabinets on either side. And then you can see, going with the art theme, we have a little bit of a niche right here.
Yo, cool.
In the center, an arch framed opening on each side.
And so you can walk around that threshold then. Oh, yeah. That's super cool. So you never get stuck.
It removes all the pinch points in this kitchen. There's a lot in this kitchen, but it's gonna have a really great flow.
Yeah, so this wall stands out to me. I see those black wires in the corner. What is that stuff for?
You're gonna see this throughout the house. So all of this is accent lighting. LED toe kicks on all the cabinets. We're gonna have backlit mirrors. We're gonna have under cab floating shelves that are lit. It's jam-packed full of that.
Crazy. So everywhere I see this, like, guys, look at this. I'm seeing these wires literally all over the house. So you guys have a ton of accent lighting.
A ton of accent lighting. We're gonna have a big commercial refrigerator freezer sitting right here. That's gonna be built into the cabinets.
Super cool.
Gonna have a great elegant look. And then the cabinets are gonna continue here. And this is actually going to be a hidden pantry.
No way.
Yeah.
So the cabinets continue. You don't know it's the pantry till you open them, and then you walk back into the pantry.
Yes. Creates a good use of the space. Nice flow. If we were to put a door here, it would feel kind of choppy. And
totally. I love
nice
that.
Feel.
And just the excitement of hidden.
Yes. Yeah.
So then we go into the pantry. Looks like another pot filler there.
Yep, another pot filler. This is going to be like where you would set up your coffee bar.
Got it.
So if you have a Keurig here, coffee maker, you can set it in here. You don't have to go to the sink, fill it up.
Totally.
Everything's right here.
Mini fridge below it.
Mini fridge below, and then we're going to have an ice maker here.
Nice. And then the rest of them will be lower cabinets.
Lower cabinets. We're going to have some shelves there.
Like floating shelves? Are they floaters?
I think they're full width, but it's going to be within a cabinet.
Okay. Cool.
All the cabinets are going to have toe kick lighting, so everywhere we can put accent lighting.
And then countertop along that back wall too, so it's an L countertop.
L countertop.
Super cool. Yep. Super cool. So I had to ask, I'm noticing this room over here. I've already seen the pantry. So what's this?
So this is going to be our wine room.
What?
So we should be able to fit around 100 bottles into here. It's going to be beautiful.
It sounds like a party.
It's going to be a huge party.
So I'm seeing HVAC stubs into there. Is this got its own temperature control?
It has its own temperature control. So we're going to use a mini split to cool that room. So when you have all that wine, it's going to last longer.
Super cool.
Yeah.
And how does this finish? Is this a glass front?
Yeah, so this will be a glass wall and door. So I think the glass wall will come over here and the door will be right here. So you'll be able to see it. Once again, accent lighting everywhere. The racks that hold the bottles are going to be backlit. The shelves are going to be underlit. It's going to be quite awesome.
Yeah, and I just got to pivot to this dining room real quick too, because we're coming out of this kitchen with all these features, and then look at the glass face, and I can see the water. I'm standing in the kitchen, cooking, staring at a lake. I mean, this is really something else, Tucker.
Yeah, it's a huge door. This is a 3-panel door, 12 feet wide. When you're on the water, you want to see it every chance you can get. Totally. And we maximize that.
And it accordions open, is that right?
So this one is a three-panel slider. Oh, that's locked. So you can open it up all of the way.
Super cool,
so you can get a lot of airflow. It also opens up from the other side. Allows you to use the space as you want.
Yeah, and obviously the architect designed this house to take advantage of that view.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see it in this little kitty corner dining space. Very, very cool.
And
all right, Tucker, let's check out another room in this house.
Okay.
So Tucker, you mentioned the master having its own cooling and heating unit. Why don't you take me into the master bedroom and show me what's going on in there?
For sure. So this is the entrance into the master. Right here is the heating and cooling for this area. This is a super efficient heat pump system. It fits in a really small closet, and this is actually going to be a completely hidden door. You're not going to even see it.
Cool.
You'll be able to access it if you need to. Once again, electric. You're not going to have a lot of service issues with these systems. They just run very, very efficient.
So is this going to be a paneled entry then?
Yes.
Okay, so then it'll be hid behind panels.
Yeah.
Very cool.
When we come over here, as you walk in to the master, you have the bathroom over here.
Yeah, take me in there. This bathroom's crazy.
So you got his vanity over here, sink, cabinet, backlit mirror, our standard, and then a her cabinet over here, vanity over here, with a separate makeup
Nice.
cabinet.
Is that like a step down countertop?
So it steps down a little bit. It's gonna have a big mirror in front of it.
Separate sconces too.
Yes, we're gonna have sconces on each side, so it's gonna be well lit. And then you're gonna have a grooming station in the cabinet. So it'll pull out. You'll be able to plug in your hair dryer, your curling iron, keep everything in there nice and tidy.
Nice.
Got your own space.
Keep that ponytail in check.
Exactly. Then we'll have a freestanding tub over here, a little niche for soaps, candles, whatever you want, and then a TV niche up here. So this has got a plug and internet for running
Very cool.
TV.
Okay.
And then here's a shower, 0 threshold.
Oh, that's the best.
Super awesome. Arches again. You're gonna have an arched little header here. It kind of ties in with the arch niche. And then we have an arched bench. That's gonna have LED lighting underneath of it. I forgot to mention that the niche is gonna have LED lighting in it as well.
Oh, right. Yeah, here we go, guys. You can see these little black whips all over the place. We're gonna go in the closet next. It's full of them.
There's too much to even list.
Here's some more.
I forgot about it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's another one under this cabinet. Here we are again. Like, they're everywhere, guys. There's going to be lighting all over this house.
And then I didn't even mention this is going to have heated tile floors in here.
That's what this box is?
That's what that box is.
Super cool.
So your feet will always be warm in the winter. And the floor will dry faster too. So if you get out of the shower, get out of the tub, you get some water on the floor, it's going to dry quicker. And it just gives you that comfort. If you've never stood on a heated tile floor, I highly recommend it.
The best.
I could do it all day.
So these studs too, I'm noticing they're engineered boards. What's up with that?
Yeah, so these are engineered boards. We do this in our bathrooms where we're going to be installing a lot of tile. Wood is a natural product. It has natural variants. There's bows, twists. Even if you go to Home Depot and try to find a straight board, it can be difficult. So this is as true as you can get. So it makes my tile guys' life easier, and you get a better finished product.
I ran into this with cabinets recently too. Is if the walls are out of plumb, you got to shim the cabinets off, and the doors won't close the right way. So really helpful for cabinetry.
Helps keep everything tight. What can happen a lot is you'll get a bow in the center. And you'll install it. You won't notice. You put drywall or tile on, and then all of a sudden you have a bow to deal with. So just make sure that we get a great product.
No bows.
No bows. And then water closet over here. Only thing special about in there is we're gonna have a.
So when you say water closet, you mean toilet room?
Toilet room.
Toilet. That's a very nice thing to say.
It's a nicer way.
The water closet.
So nothing too important, but we're gonna do a bidet in there.
Cool.
They're becoming more popular.
So that's like a seat that functions as a bidet, not a separate toilet unit.
Yeah, I don't know if this one does or not, but a lot of them come with like heated seats. They're powered, so the water's hot. You don't have to deal with cold water. It's once again just thinking as far ahead as we can.
Very cool.
And master closet in here. All of these are going to come out of our custom cabinet shop. Going to match the cabinets throughout the rest of the house. They're going to have an extremely elegant look. Once again, accent lighting. So we're going to have toe kick lighting. We're going to have 2 shelves here that are going to be underlit with LED lighting. Where I'm standing right now is going to be a peninsula. So you're going to have more storage space in here.
Like drawers?
Drawers, I believe, yeah.
Cool.
And then you'll have an area to fold clothes or what have you here. And then we're going to have a big, beautiful chandelier standing above.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, you kind of glazed over it there, but you have a custom cabinet shop. Now, I know Titan Homes has a sister company, Atlantis Cabinets. Atlas Cabinets? Okay, sweet. So they go crazy on their cabinets.
They go crazy on
their
cabinets.
Closets are bananas.
Yeah. And essentially throughout this entire house, everything's going to be that cabinet grade material, except for like a couple of the standard closets.
Right.
Any kind of built-in is going to be that cabinet material, which you don't see anymore because cabinets are expensive.
Totally.
So
Totally.
it's going to be super elegant and high quality.
Yeah, and I mean, we should mention too, every single component of this house is built from scratch.
Yeah.
The floor plan was built directly for this lot to
Yeah.
access the view. The cabinets are custom. It's kind of crazy how from scratch this home is.
Yeah,
It's a one of a kind custom. It's not a, well, we altered this floor plan. It's a one of a kind custom home.
Yeah, this has never been built, and there's challenges that come with that, but we have a great team at Titan,
Yeah.
so we're able to look at how the finished product is what we want and figure out how to get there.
Totally.
This house has a lot of very smart, intimate uses of space, and we have to be thinking about that as we're designing electrical lighting, low volt lighting, cabinet space. We're trying to pack as much in here as we can.
Super cool.